A second verse that we should notice is in the institution passage itself. Exodus 12 is the institution of the Passover, and it says in Exodus 12:47 that the whole congregation of Israel must celebrate it. It does give exclusions. The uncircumcised foreigner may not partake of it, but if his people are circumcised, then they may partake of it, because there will be one law for the Jew and the Gentile who are together put into the covenant. There is an exclusion. The exclusion is only for non-covenant members. The whole community must celebrate it. And this is not negated by the question in verse 26, when your son says to you, "What do you mean by this?" That's a normal covenant talk for the pedagogy that comes out of the meal. The meal is there to teach the children. The children are participating, they grow up in it, and at some point they start to ask, "Father, you know the intention of this meal. What is it?" Verse 24, 2 verses before, says, "This shall be a statute for you and your sons forever." The same kind of language as in Genesis 17, where Abraham is given relationship with God, covenant, land, and circumcision for you and your children. That's all immediate covenant access for all of the people. And so it doesn't exclude anyone. Rather, the verse 26 that Calvin and others have used to say that there was a maturity level requirement is not an exclusion verse. It's a purpose verse. We do the Passover with the intention of teaching our children, so that year after year the statute handed down to our children will be handed down with meaning. And we don't have any reason to believe from the Old Testament feasts that the children were not present. In fact, it's explicit in the mention of the peace offerings and the manna, the water, the rock, and other things that Paul cites in connection to the Lord's Supper, that the children were included.